everyone, welcome to an Affluent IAS. So today we are dealing with the Hindu analysis. Today's on Sunday's the Hindu analysis on January 12th, 2025. So before diving into today's topics and articles and editorials, so let's discuss what is special for the day. So today we do celebrate 12th January, or every year of 12th Jan is celebrated as National Youth Day, right? Everyone knows about it. January 12 is celebrated as National Youth Day, right? National Youth Day, and even birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda ji. Okay, Swami Vivekananda ji. So try to remember those who are appearing for personality test. This could be one of the question you can do expect. Okay, randomly they can ask a question like March 8 is celebrated as Women's Day, right? Try to remember all these important leading dates. Okay, so let's discuss today's important articles. So here we do have first article, that is HAL. What does this mean? What is this HAL? Okay, so hope my voice is clearly audible, right? So let's discuss. HAL is an acronym for Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, okay, which it is asking a civil operators, that is armed forces, to ground through helicopters. So why? What is an issue? Why they are taking a temporary ground for through helicopters? Because what happens recently in the first week of this January, maybe on 5th January, one of the helicopter got crashed. Okay, that is Dhruv. Dhruv is called as Advanced Light Helicopter Mark III. Why? Because they had temporarily, all these armed forces advised civilian operators to ground the indigenous Dhruv. Okay, because they just it has got crashed in Porbandar last week, which was identified, and these armed forces have already temporarily grounded all their 330 Dhruvs following the January 5th crash, because they wanted to know the cause of the crash. ರೀಸನ್ ಏನಿರಬಹುದು, ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಆ ರೀಸನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಕಾಸ್ ತಿಳಿಯೋವರೆಗೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಟೆಂಪರರಿಲಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಧ್ರುವ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಧ್ರುವ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಹೆಲಿಕಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ III. ಇಂಡಿಜಿನಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ನಮ್ದು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೋಪ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. So second one is many trapped as waiting hall collapses at Kannauj station. This is not that important article, but we need a brief historical place called as Kannauj. We need to read about it. Okay, so Uttar Pradeshadalli ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು, this two-story building got collapsed. It has been constructed partially. Okay, so in Uttar Pradesh, not required for your UPSC and any of the competitive exams. Two-story building was under construction. It was still under construction at the station, which is being renovated under the Amrit Bharat scheme. What was the scheme? Amrit Bharat scheme. And many of them got injured. Lot of injuries has been we can able to see there. Okay, rescue operation has been launched by the State Disaster Response Force. Who will do it? State UP, Uttar Pradesh Disaster Response Force. So we do have all these things in the disaster management subject. Okay, try to know all these, try to remember. Okay, the government railway police and as well as railway production force and the district administration. Try to remember this. And next one about Kannauj, we should have a brief explanation about it. What is Kannauj? It is a place, historically very important place. It is famous for its perfume industry. Okay, it is well known for perfume industry. So you used to have perfumes whenever you go out for a party or anywhere, marriage ceremony, any of the important festivals or any of the event, if you are going out, you'll use perfume. So which is very known for perfume industry. So it is known as the perfume capital of India. Very important. We do call Kannauj place as perfume capital of India. Perfume ರಾಜ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಭಾರತದ perfume ರಾಜ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ಕನೌಜ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ತುಂಬ ಪುರಾತನವಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಳ ಇದು ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ರಿಚ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ನೇಮ್, ಹಳೇದಾದ ಹೆಸರು ಏನಿತ್ತು ಕನೌಜ್ದು, ಕನ್ಯಾಕುಬ್ಜ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಆರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಹೋದ್ಯ. Okay, Mahodya. You can remember Ayodhya. So in the similar fashion, you need to pronunciate it as Mahodya. Okay, as per Valmiki Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puran. ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕಿ ರಾಮಾಯಣ, ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಮತ್ತು ಪುರಾಣಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕನೌಜ್ದು ಹಳೆಯದಾದಂತಹ ಪುರಾತನವಾದಂತಹ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಯಾಕುಬ್ಜ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಹೋದ್ಯ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕನ್ಯಾಕುಬ್ಜ ವಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಕನೌಜ್. ಇವಾಗ ಕನೌಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೊದಲು ನಾವು ಕನ್ಯಾಕುಬ್ಜ ಅಥವಾ ಮಹೋದ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಅದರ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೌ ವಿ ಡು ಕಾಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಕನೌಜ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್. ಇದೊಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಸೊ ಕನೌಜಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಫೇಮಸ್ ರಾಜ ಇದ್ದರು. ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಕಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ರೂಲರ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ರೂಲರ್? Try to comment the name of that ruler. Understood? So let's discuss all the important articles for the day. Today we do have a very important articles. At few people will remove few of the important articles for Sunday, because Sunday it has got a very huge newspaper today. So everyone wanted to skip today's newspaper. Please do not skip it. Science and technology part is very important. On every Sunday you should not skip. Okay, let's move on to the next important article. Very wonderful article. 100% I'll give 100% from my side to describe and to give a detailed analysis of all the important articles. So try to focus every day. Try to do watch all the YouTube videos okay, before you end up doing something else. Okay, you no need to go for some other monthly magazines and everything if you are very stick to your day-to-day news analysis. For monthly magazine you can focus only for mains, but in order to qualify preliminary examination of any competitive exams, whether it is UPSC or state related exams, then please try to focus on a day-to-day newspapers, whether it is The Hindu, or if you wanted to do Indian Express, you can, if you have enough time. Otherwise, apart from that, if you are from Karnataka or any other states, please try to have your own state newspapers also. Have a glance about it. Okay. Next important article is Denotified Tribes Anger Growing Amid a Stagnating Scheme Classification Issues. Denotified tribes. They are talking about tribe. Okay. So these were the tribes under the scheme called as seed scheme. Okay. This is a welfare measures taken under this particular tribe. Okay, seed scheme. What does this seed stands for? Scheme for the economic empowerment of DNT, NT, SNT communities. What is this DNT? DNT stands for Denotified Tribes. Okay, and SNT stands for Semi-Nomadic Tribes. Okay, and NT stands for Nomadic Tribes. ಬುಡಕಟ್ಟು ಜನಾಂಗದವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೀನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ದ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್. ಇದನ್ನು ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ಯು might have seen umbrella. So it is one of the flagship scheme. It is a huge central flagship scheme. Okay, ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದಂಥ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಇದು, right? So it is a huge scheme involved for the communities, for these tribal communities, launched in the year 2022. Okay, the scheme ಆಫರ್ಡ್ ಏನು ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಆಫರ್ಡ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೈವ್ಲಿಹುಡ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೌಸಿಂಗ್. It offers mainly for the people who are who hail from a community called as tribal sections, whether it is SC or ST sort of a candidates. Okay, they wanted to claim certain subcaste under SC and ST called as DNT, SNT and NT, SC DNT and ST DNT. Fresh attempts made to push for the implementation of the IDAT Commission recommendations. Very important, whenever if you hear the name called as denotified tribes, you need to remember the commission called as IDAT Commission. So let's discuss what this commission says about tribes. The government had constituted the National Commission for DNTs, NTs and SNTs. Okay, denotified tribes, okay, nomadic tribes and semi-nomadic tribes in the year 2015 under the chairmanship of Bhikkhu sir. Full name of Bhikkhu sir is Bhikkhu Ramji Idate, which had put out its final report in the year 2017 about this particular denotified tribes, calling for the government to expedite the final classification of these communities, count their population by including a case census column in the 2021 census and providing a sub-quota for them under SC, ST, OBC quotas in public education and employment. What is the discussion in this particular article is, so they want their subcaste under SC, DNT and ST, DNT. Okay, SC and ST, DNT, they need a subcaste under these two so that they can have a lot of opportunities from the government as well as lot of benefits. They can make a utilize of all those benefits given in the particular schemes under those subcasts called as SC, DNTs and ST, DNTs, denotified tribes. Try to remember denotified tribes, DNTs anta kareyalagutte. So very important, seed scheme is related to denotified tribes and they want their they are talking about center seed scheme for denotified tribes only now taking off. Okay, caste certificates being denied to them in the 29 states they are talking, and the Idate Commission's 2017 report in cold storage anger among the denotified tribes. So they are waiting for all these things to resolve as soon as possible so that they can get a subcaste under SC, DNT and ST as a DNT. Understood? Very important article again. It is important for your prelims perspective. And next one is India's economy. It is related to economy. Okay, try to give in which GS studies you will get, whether it is 3 or 4. Try to comment in the comment section below. Okay, it's very easy. India's economy likely to be a tad weaker in 2025. IMF MD Georgieva. Okay, her full name is Director Kristalina Georgia. Okay, so what she said about Indian economy is, so it is likely to become a little bit weaker in 2025. She said like that. Okay, so why? What is the reason why she said like that? It is not at all required. See, the Indian economy is expected to be a little weaker in 2025 despite steady global growth. IMF Managing Director Georgia has said. So IMF, so global growth, there is a steady increase in the global growth, but at the same time Indian economy is slightly became little bit weaker in this particular year, she said in this particular article. But we don't need all these article which is not at all important, but we have to focus on IMF. Very important. Formation of the IMF ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾಯಿತು? Established in the year 1945, 27 December 1945, and then headquarter ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಕಚೇರಿ ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ಟನ್ DC, that is located in USA, United States of America. Okay, membership includes 190 countries. Okay, as of 2025, how many countries are member countries to it? 190 countries. Origin, ಮೂಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? At the Bretton Woods Conference in the year 1944. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲ ಅಥವಾ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಓಕೆ, ಉಗಮ ಆಯಿತು. IMF ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್. In addition to IMF, side by side alongside World Bank also has got its origin from the Bretton Woods Conference in the year 1944. Very important, try to remember. What is the aim of IMF? Formation of IMF? Aim is to rebuild the global economic system after World War II and also to establish a framework for international economic cooperation in order to have a international bonding especially related to economic cooperation and coordination between the countries so that we can grow together in the global economic system. Okay. Next one is objectives. What were the purpose and objectives behind forming an IMF? International Monetary Fund. It's a long form, or what IMF says. What is the stand? It stands for International Monetary, as you know it, International Monetary Fund. Try to remember. Okay, very easy. Everyone knows about it. So objectives includes it will promote international monetary cooperations by fostering global financial stability. It will foster global financial stability. Okay, and then to facilitate balanced growth of international trade and ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ದೆನ್ IMF is the one which gives you the loans. Even India had got loans from IMF. Okay, this is the father of all the banks. IMF is called as a father of all the banks, right? By reducing trade barriers and encouraging global economic integration. It promotes exchange rate stability by providing currency devaluation, okay, mechanisms to avoid currency devaluation and stabilize the exchange rates. Okay, assist in economic crisis. It will help to overcome economic crisis and all the to overcome the financial difficulties whichever the country is facing. Reduce global poverty also. These were the important objectives we do have in the IMF. Okay, functions of the IMF. ಕಾರ್ಯವೈಖರಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ, ಏನೇನು ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಎಕಾನಾಮಿಕ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್? 190 ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ವಿ ಸೀನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, 190 ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಸೊ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕಾನಾಮಿಕ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ ದೆಲ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್. Okay, IMF will provide economic policies and advices in financial markets, okay, and global economic trends, all these advices and monitoring all these criteria done by IMF to all the member countries of IMF. Surveillance includes, it publishes few of the reports like World Economic Outlook, okay, WEO, and the Global Financial Stability Report. It publishes few of the reports, very important. Please try to remember, very important for your prelims perspective. World Economic Outlook and the Global Financial Stability Report. ಇದೆರಡು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ IMF ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈಸ್ IIT Roorkee uses bacterial enzymes to degrade plasticizers. ಸೊ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಸೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? What does this particular word says? What is the meaning of this plasticizer word? Okay, why IIT Roorkee is using some bacterial enzymes to degrade plasticizers? Let's check. See here, they had given a beautiful article. Once integrated into bacteria, the enzymes remain active for a longer time and the bacteria can be used continuously for degrading the plasticizers. So once they'll have integrated into certain bacteria, the enzymes remain active. Okay, which is that enzyme? How it will break down this plasticizer? Let's see. Okay, cleaning up using soil bacteria enzyme. What is that enzyme? How do we clean up? Using soil bacteria enzymes. Plasticizers which are added to plastics. Okay, a few of the chemicals we do added to plastics and even it has been used in the personal care products, can be absorbed through the skin. Okay, the same thing I had made a notes. Let's addressing plasticizer pollution with enzyme based solution. Let's discuss now in depth what they are saying here in this particular article. Plasticizers, what is the meaning of plasticizer? Few of the chemicals has been added to plastics, hence it is called as plasticizers, and we do use to enhance flexibility and shine. Okay, in order to make it more flexible and shining sort of a thing, we gonna wanted to bring into certain products, so that's why certain chemicals has been added to plastics. And we can see in the personal care products like shampoos, whatever we use in day-to-day lives, okay, and soaps, okay, and food containers, and also in the baby toys, okay, baby toys also. So all these makes some health hazards issue, health risk. So it can be observed through the skin, right? If baby is using certain toys made of plasticizers, then it can certainly penetrate into the body through skin. Okay, plasticizers pose a direct threat to human health. Okay, ಮಾನವರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು ಇದನ್ನು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಸೈಸರ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಥ್ರೂ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಎಟ್ IIT ರೂರ್ಕಿ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಥ್ರೂ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಲೀಡ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಸರ್. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಸರ್, okay, he said to his researchers, his team members, that we need to focus on breakdown of the DEHP, that is diethyl hexyl phthalate. Okay, it is a high molecular weight plasticizer. How to break down this plasticizer? Let's see. It is called as a key enzyme is called as a soil bacteria enzyme. We had seen here in this particular article. So this enzyme, key enzyme name is called as esterase enzyme, which is produced by the soil bacteria, which can be produced from the soil bacteria called as Sulfobacillus acidophilus. Very important for your prelims all together. Okay, please try to make a note of it, which is called as a soil bacteria called as Sulfobacillus acidophilus. From this we'll create an enzyme called esterase enzyme. It will help DEHP to break down. Okay, what is that? Diethyl hexyl phthalate, which is a plasticizer. Okay, we need to break down all the plasticizer using the soil enzyme called esterase enzyme, which can be produced by the soil bacteria called as Sulfobacillus acidophilus. It's here. While the esterase enzyme used for breaking down DEHP, okay, into MEHP and 2-ethyl hexanoil is from Sulfobacillus acidophilus bacteria. Very important. And the researchers have used esterase enzyme produced by soil bacteria, that is Sulfobacillus acidophilus, to break down DEHP, diethyl hexyl phthalate plasticizer. Try to remember, this is very important for your prelims. Understood? So next important article would be this one. So I'll zoom out so that it's clearly visible to all of you. Okay, so let's discuss. See, oldest known dinosaur we can see in the northern hemisphere these days. ಅತಿ ಹಳೆಯದಾದಂತಹ ಡೈನೋಸೋರ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ? ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ಹೆಮಿಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಂಜಿಯಾ. ಇಟ್ ಗಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ತೆತ್ತೆಸಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಂಜಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ split into two parts called as northern hemisphere, and this is called as southern hemisphere. Okay, the lower portion is called as southern hemisphere. ಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಉತ್ತರದ ಹೆಮಿಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಉತ್ತರ ಧ್ರುವ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಧ್ರುವ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಸೌದರ್ನ್ ಹೆಮಿಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೆಯಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ಹೆಮಿಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ನ? ಎಸ್, ಲಾರೇಷಿಯಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೌದರ್ನ್ ಹೆಮಿಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಗೋಂಡ್ವಾನಾ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ portion, hemisphere beda, northern portion, southern portion. Okay, northern portion is called as Laurasia, which is also called as what? Please try to give your answers in the comment section below. And ಅದೇ ಥರ ಗೋಂಡ್ವಾನಾಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Let's, if you have any name, try to give. Gondwana. So earlier we do have a dinosaurs. Generally dinosaurs emerged on the southern portion. Only we can able to see all the dinosaurs in the southern region. Okay, generally we can see in this particular region called as Gondwana. Okay, it is a portion of a Pangaea. This whole ball structure is called as Pangaea. It got divided and the southern portion is called as Gondwana. Here we can see the most of the dinosaurs here itself in this portion. Okay, and nowadays what we can see here, millions of years before spreading to the northern half named Laurasia. Now it is slowly we can able to see dinosaurs even in the northern hemisphere or northern portion called as Laurasia. Okay, so a newly described dinosaur whose fossils were uncovered in present day Wyoming. Okay, this is not that required, and nowadays oldest dinosaur we can get to see in the northern hemisphere called as Laurasia. Try to remember Laurasia, and which is this particular creature is called as Avyatum Bendovice. Okay, try to translate correctly. Avyatum, okay, Bendovice is now the oldest known Laurasian dinosaur. Try to remember. This is very important for your prelims. And with the fossils, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಳೆಯುಳಿಕೆಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೊರಕಿವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ಹೆಮಿಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ hence the name oldest known dinosaur we can get to see in the northern hemisphere called as Laurasia. Try to remember, very important. So estimated to be around 230 million years old. 230 ಮಿಲಿಯನ್ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಳೆಯದಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಡೈನೋಸೋರ್ದು ಪಳೆಯುಳಿಕೆಗಳು ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹೋಪ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ easy and clear from your end, easy to understand actually. And next article is putting the gene editing tool to use. It is related to science and technology part. Okay, very important, try not to skip. Gene editing andre enu, what does editing word says? You need to correct something which is something incorrect things you might have made, whether it is a word document or any sort of a thing. You have all the digital platform nowadays. You can edit it, you can subtract it, you can remove it, delete it. Okay, you can add something in that particular place and you can remove the earlier one, whatever you might have written over there. Okay, in the similar fashion we do have a DNA here. Try to focus on this picture. So here if we have any sort of problem or issues, let us say some person has some he or she is into diagnosis. Let's say they had an issue called cancer. So this particular gene is making them to, or it is this particular area they have certain issue. So they wanted to edit it, they wanted to remove it, and they'll bring some other gene over here, they'll keep it here in order to have a safe chain system even further, even after that particular surgery or the operation. So in the similar fashion we'll see what they wanted to trying to say here. Gene editing involves changing the sequence, so we can change that particular sequence here, okay, of DNA. What is the long form of DNA? Anyone can say deoxyribonucleic acid, using specific enzymes which can cut DNA at a precise location, thus permitting the removal, addition, or you can even replace certain genetic information within that particular gene. You can remove this gene and you can add some new genes over here. Okay, you can do whatever you wanted to. So that is how gene editing works. Understood? And next one, see, earlier days, if you wanted to modify, few years before, we used to modify the message in the DNA to desired function. We have to message certain message, in the sense we have to decode that. Okay, so desired function, it involved two enzymes. We must have two enzymes when they used to operate in the early days. So one enzyme is to cut the DNA at a specific site, and another enzyme used to help insert the desired genetic change, while such twin enzyme methods worked, they were laborious. Andre labor intensive agittu. It is labor intensive sort of a thing. So we should focus on certain new modified version called as CRISPR-Cas9. Okay, who has brought this particular methodology called as CRISPR-Cas9? Anyone can able to say? Dr. Jennifer Doudna, and the other one is Emmanuelle Charpentier. They had got both of them shared the Nobel Prize in the year 2012 for this beautiful modification, gene modification method called as CRISPR-Cas9. It is a tool, gene editing tool. Okay, it is a mechanism that can edit the genomes of humans, pathogens, plants. You can use it anywhere, humans, pathogens, as well as in the plants. CRISPR stands for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. This is the long form. It stands for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats, and Cas9 is a protein 9. Okay, CRISPR ge associate ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ protein 9 ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ Cas9 protein ಇದು. So Cas9 ಇರೋದ್ರೆ protein 9. It cuts DNA strands at a specific locations. It helps to cut certain specific locations where it has got an issue, and creating a gap that can be filled with the new DNA. And that after removing certain gene, you have to fill and refill that particular gene, a new DNA. Okay, so let's see. I had made a notes over here, so let's discuss. The same thing is written over here. Try to go through by your own ones. Okay, very important for your exams. Gene editing, what is the definition? It involves altering the sequence of DNA using specific enzymes, right? You can remove the certain gene genetic information, and you can add, and you can even replace that genes. Okay, directly modify genetic instructions encoded in a DNA. Earlier methods includes two enzymes. One enzyme is used to cut the DNA, and another one helps to insert certain changes. Okay, it was labor intensive. Hence, Dr. Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuelle Charpentier, they had awarded with the Nobel Prize in the year 2012 for CRISPR-Cas9 tool. Okay, so which stands for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. We already read about it. Protein 9 cuts DNA at specific locations, enabling targeted modification so that they can add a new DNA over there. Okay, so right, so few of the important aspects. So controversies were also there. Why there is a controversies? These two people, Dr. Emmanuelle and Charpentier, okay, Doudna and Charpentier shared their Nobel Prize in the year 2012. But controversy, what is the controversy? What is the conflict over here? Professor Fen Zhang, okay, Fen Zhang, who was he was also a scientist, okay, in the California University. He was not included as the third scientist by the Nobel community for CRISPR-Cas9, because what he has done, genome engineering using CRISPR-Cas9. He has done a genome engineering. Okay, CRISPR-Cas9 patented technology has been used for the above mentioned diagnostic. What were the above mentioned diagnostics? See, there were 4 models do involve. Applications ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ use ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? First one, in order to use it for cancer treatment. Second one is identifying the genes where that cancer cancer cells are appearing in the body, in the organs, drugs ineffective. Third one is modification of immune cells. Fourth one is training technology using CRISPR tool. Okay, CRISPR-Cas9. So he does not have any recognition. Okay, Feng Zhang. So that was a controversy in this particular article. Understood? And now he works in the this is not important, you can have a glance over here. Okay, Cas9, CRISPR-Cas9, you can use it for genetic uses, even for agriculture uses. Okay, and even you can use it for human health. These are the applications. Okay, where all you can use it? Any one of you can say? Genome engineered plants alli use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We can use it in genome engineering plants. See here, Botanical Institute, Germany has published several papers. Cas9, Cas12, Cas13 for targeting plant genomes. So it is related to agriculture altogether. So example, so we can see here in the agriculture sector, CRISPR-Cas9 based knockout of 2 genes in tomato plants increased their sweetness with no loss in weight. So when we used CRISPR-Cas9, okay, in the 2 genes in the tomato plants, so ಅದರ sweetness ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ without changes, without having any change in the weight. So this is a good initiative done by the researchers and scientists. And second and most important one, where we can use in the human health, we can see here, we can use it for eye disorders people, visually handicapped people. LV Prasad Eye Institute in Hyderabad. So they have corrected inherited mutations, okay, corrected inherited mutations in patient specific stem cells. So it is a good initiative altogether, and has opened the possibility of developing autologous cell therapies for certain inherited eye disorders. Inherited eye disorders ಯಾರು ಇರುತ್ತೋ, ರೆಟಿನಾಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ವೀಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರದು ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ರೀಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೆಟಿನಾಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, agriculture, tomato, as we gave a very good example, right? Tomato, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ವೇಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಇತ್ತು, right? So it's a good example. So try to remember, very important for your exam. Try not to skip today's articles, because science and technology you can't get anywhere. So even monthly magazines will not cover each and every article. So try not to skip today's articles. Okay. Next one, we can focus on groundwater contamination high in India. Why it is groundwater contamination high in India? They are asking a question. Let's see. ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಲಿನ್ಯಕಾರಕಗಳು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವಾಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹೈ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ contaminants? ಮಾಲಿನ್ಯಕಾರಕಗಳು ಯಾವುದಿದೆ? ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ನೈಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಹೈ ಇನ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್? If nitrate level or nitrate presence is quite higher in the groundwater, what happens? Let's see. Let's have a brief discussion about it. So an assessment of India's groundwater, it has been assessment or estimation is done by Central Groundwater Board. Try to remember, this is a key information about this for prelims, okay? So what were the sources of contamination? What were the ಯಾವುದು ಮಾಲಿನ್ಯಕಾರಕಗಳಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಲಿನ್ಯ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನೇನು, ಓಕೆ, ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ. ರೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕಂಟಾಮಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ contamination. Let's see, districts with excessive nitrate in their groundwater, they have a lot of nitrate in their groundwater. Earlier in the 2017 it was having 359, and now it has got increased to 440 in the year 2023. It's a huge contaminated groundwater now. Okay, this works out to nearly 56% of India's districts having excessive nitrate in the groundwater. Around 56% of the districts has got their excessive nitrate in the groundwater. Okay, defined as having more than 45 milligram per liter. If it has got a nitrate around 45 milligram per liter, then it is highly contaminated groundwater. Of the 15,239 groundwater samples collected from across the country for testing, so they had made some sample test. So out of which 19.8% samples had nitrates, nitrogenous compounds above safe limits. Safe limits ginta ಜಾಸ್ತಿ nitrates ಹೊಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it got contaminated. Okay, there are two major concerns with excess nitrate content. One is called as methemoglobinemia. This is very important for your prelims. So if nitrate value is quite high in the water, then you will get a blue baby syndrome also. Blue baby syndrome. Okay, if that person is having lot of nitrate content in their body, if it exceeds the safe limit, then that body will automatically become quite bluish in color. So hence the name blue baby syndrome, due to the excessive nitrate in the body. Okay, so try to remember blue baby syndrome and as well as methemoglobinemia, or a reduced ability of red blood cells to carry oxygen. Whatever the red blood cells, ಕೆಂಪು ರಕ್ತ ಕಣಗಳು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ರೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ which carries certain oxygens in the blood, so those will automatically get reduced due to the excessive nitrate content in the body. Okay, this is a huge problem. So human health is at the risk if nitrate is quite high in the groundwater. Because why groundwater is getting contaminated every year? Because in the agriculture, farmers are using lot of pesticides, those who have high level of nitrates and other compounds also there. So let's see, excessive nitrate. A bigger problem with excessive nitrates are environmental one. Okay, how it is an environmental hazard? Nitrates contribute to algal blooms, right? Nitrates in the groundwater rise to the surface and become part of lakes. It will come to the lakes and then ponds and even to algal blooms. The health of aquatic ecosystems has also been lost, and lot of aquatic ecosystems due to this issue is dying every year. Okay, so we can make certain natural farming process or organic farming sort of a thing we have to bring into the picture from the agricultural perspective. The Central Groundwater Board estimates that the country's degree of groundwater extraction is 60.4%. And since 2009, after 2009 onwards, it's quite safer, but till then 60.4% we are extracting the groundwater. So groundwater na extract ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ 2009 ವರೆಗೂ 60% approximately, roughly around 60%. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. You can skip all the percentage things. You can try to remember the concept, what is the purpose behind it, what are the objectives if any. So try to remember all those. Okay. And which places had serious contamination? One is Rajasthan, second one is Karnataka, third one is Tamil Nadu. Reported highest proportion of tested groundwater. Try to remember the approximate values. 49% very worst Rajasthan, 48% Karnataka, again worst Tamil Nadu is again 37% respectively after testing the groundwater samples. Okay, next, long term districts which has got a high level of contamination. Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat have a long standing nitrate problem. Long standing, it's a very huge problem, long life sort of a thing. Nitrate problem is too huge in these particular regions, with relative levels fairly constant since 2017. From 2017 onwards, it is quite constant only. Okay, it's not decreasing at all. So constant ಆಗೇ ಇದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಯಾ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವುದ್ಯಾವುದು? ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ್, ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶ್, ಗುಜರಾತ್. ಇದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ವರೆಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಾಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 2017 onwards. However, growing concern in the southern India and central India, we can see the increasing trend in the regions of Maharashtra 35.74%, Telangana 27.48%, Andhra Pradesh 23.5%, approximately you can take it as 24%, Madhya Pradesh 22.58%. These were the regions where we can see lots of serious contamination. Okay, altogether. Sources apart from nitrogen, what were the other fertilizers are contaminating the water? Try to say your answers in the comment section below. I need your answers. Is nitrate the only chemical contaminant? No. Apart from nitrate, what are those fertilizers farmers are using? Agricultural side farmers are using it. Other major chemical contaminants affecting arsenic other than nitrate. First one is nitrate, right? Try to remember, make a note of it. Second one is arsenic. Third one is iron. Fourth one is fluoride. Okay, fifth one is uranium. Okay, so these were the chemicals which are contaminating the groundwater. Okay, fluoride concentration exceeding which is a major concern in the regions of Rajasthan, Haryana state, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana state. Rajasthan and Punjab reported a maximum number of samples with uranium concentration exceeding 100 parts per billion. Okay, if let us say fluoride is above 30 parts per billion, anything is above 30 parts per billion is considered unsafe, and several of these samples were predominant in the regions Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. But Rajasthan and Punjab are reported maximum number of samples. Okay, this is important, Rajasthan and Punjab. Try to make a note of it. Okay. Next, what was the state of groundwater in 2024? What was the status? Okay. The country's degree of groundwater extraction is 60.4%, as we already mentioned it earlier. Since the year 2009 till 2009 it was we were extracting 60% of the groundwater. Okay, about 73% of the blocks are in the safe zone, and now it is quite good. About 73% of the blocks are quite in the safer zone. No need to worry about it. Okay, how are groundwater levels measured? How would you measure the groundwater measures? Okay, let's see. So CGWB, that is Central Groundwater Board, aims to increase its network from 40,000 to 40,000 wells by 2027. Okay, they have the target till 2027 from 26,000 wells in the ಬಾವಿಗಳು 26,000 ಬಾವಿಗಳಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ increment ಮಾಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ 40,000 ವರೆಗೂ by 2027. They are talking about wells. Okay, so they are focusing on the wells so that we can extract groundwater, we can save the groundwater. Okay, India will have about 67,000 digitally recordable units to monitor groundwater dynamics. Okay, so 67,000 digitally recordable units to monitor groundwater here. And one more important article for today is, okay, are lithium batteries on flights dangerous? Flights alli lithium ion batteries ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, is it dangerous? Okay, let's see. So IFALPA, what is this? IFALPA, International Federation of Airline Pilots Association. It is related to pilot and aircrafts and aviation. Okay, aviation. So all these comes into picture here. Aviation alagirbodu, aircrafts galali use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ, lithium ion batteries ಗಳನ್ನ. Okay, issued 3 position papers ಗಳನ್ನ use ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ on the fire risk of the use of lithium ion batteries in the airport and aircraft settings. Airport galali, aircraft settings galali 3 papers. First one is POS 01, POS 02, 03. Okay, but POS 01 is more specific. Try to remember. Okay, so it is a IFALPA. It is a global non-profit profit thing. We'll see all together. I had made a good notes of it, so we'll have a quick glance. So lithium ion battery fire risks and IFALPA's position papers. What is IFALPA? As we know it, International Federation of Airline Pilots Associations, founded in the year, ಯಾವ year ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಆಯಿತು? In the year 1948. It is a global non-profit which represents professional pilots. Professional pilots ಗಳನ್ನ represent ಮಾಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. To address aviation safety concerns, works with other organizations like ICAO, IATA and Airport Council. Okay, it will measures or address the safety concerns. Why lithium ion batteries are at risk, poses at high risk due to the fire hazards. Batteries can catch fire. It is highly intensive. Okay, fire intensive in nature. It will catches fire easily. Recent incident of that sort is Hurricane Helene in the year 2024. 48 batteries got fire due to the exposure of salt water, highlighting vulnerabilities during flooding. Try to remember, this is a very good example. You can use it in the mains answer writing. Okay, IFALPA's 3 position papers. POS 01, it is safest transport of lithium ion batteries, it is safer. Okay, but POS02, it fire risks at airports and ground operations, it has got a fire risk. Again POS03 is also at fire risk in the region, aircraft flight desks, in the desk. Okay, certain key recommendations we do have: develop purpose built fire safety tools and protocols. We need to build some fire safety tools and protocols, and significance includes addressing lithium ion battery risk is critical for aviation safety amid growing use of electric energy systems. Understood? These were very important articles. We do have one more which is important altogether. The island of interest, Greenland. We are talking about Greenland. It is the world's largest island. Okay, ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದಂತಹ ದ್ವೀಪ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. So Greenland is here. Try to focus on the map. So I'll zoom out for you guys so that you can it's clearly visible to all of you. Okay, see, so it is a Greenland and the Faroe Islands respectively. So what they are saying here, US President Donald Trump in his earlier term says he won't rule out use of military force of coercion to annex or buy the world's largest island called as Greenland. Okay, Greenland, we had got a population of 57,000, which is an autonomous territory controlled by the Denmark. Denmark will control the Greenland. Okay, Denmark will control the Greenland. Apart from that, colonial rule has been done, and control has been done by the Denmark in order to keep it safer and keep it independent due to the other neighboring places. Okay, Greenland, the world's largest island with a population of 57,000, which is an autonomous territory controlled by Denmark. Still nowadays colonialism has been completely now stopped, but still we can see Denmark is controlling the Greenland. Okay, so try to remember, it's an Arctic island, was colonized by the Danes. Danes is, that is Denmark people, in the 18th century. From 18th century onwards, they'll only take the control of Greenland. During the Second World War, World War II ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ, during that particular period, US briefly occupied the region and defended it when Denmark was under the control of Nazi Germany. Okay, it was under the control or seized by the Nazi Germany. At that time, US has completely occupied this particular region called as Greenland. It is a island, world's largest island. Similarly, Arctic waters are a global common under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Arctic waters are global common. Yeah, anyone can use it. Okay, there is no such restrictions. Try to remember the neighboring things. Here you do have Arctic Ocean. Here you do have Canada's Ellesmere. Okay, and US military base you do have in the western part. Okay, in the eastern part you will have Svalbard, Norway. Okay, Norway region. Here you do have Nuuk, Atlantic Ocean, Iceland. Try to remember all of these, very important for your prelims perspective. Try not to skip it. Okay, this is what for today's analysis. So we do meet tomorrow. Keep supporting, stay tuned. Thank you everyone.